afternoon, freaks. I am here to give Libra Collective a read straight from the hip with lots of lift. And to all of my Libra Sun natives out there, happy solar return. We're going to give you all, and that includes me because I'm a Libra Native Sun myself. I'm going to give us a little extra bonus solar return read so we can pick up the energy we're stepping into. But I think we're all really feeling that energy. We already know what it's all about, right? We already know what it's all about. We're leaving all the bullshit behind. We're stepping into our bounty and blessings. There's a lot of big Empress, big Emperor energy coming in, finding the balance, and moving into a place of authority is really what I'm picking up. Authority in terms of just being able to be really like in your truth, knowing where you want to go, what you want to do, having that decisiveness, taking the actions, taking the steps to move beyond any kind of settling for less in any area of life, and knowing it's really time to step into your potential, the potential that's always been there, but that you've held yourself back from actualizing, partially because of fear, partially because of self-doubt, partially because of things that you inherited from your childhood, the old tapes that you've continued to run in your head, ways that you made yourself small to accommodate others' comfort, and how you're starting to really shake that up. Libra is moving into a very revolutionary direction, and it's all related to the Pluto cycle that we really kicked off way back when. We've been moving through that shadow work, healing, integration for a long time, and now we're at the point where we're like, we're in our Lilith, we're in our Lilith. We have, gained that key through all of our time spent on Persephone's journey. We've been in the underworld, man. We've been in the trenches, and we've held space for the shadow, and we've learned a lot from it. We've learned the wisdom that comes from the time in the shadow, and how that darkness, that place of just pure potential, how rich it is, how fertile it is, and how it can really be used as a place of deep, deep, deep soul magic, a place of deep alchemy. And you've learned how to work with this energy, to transmute it, working with that temperance energy, balancing it out, letting that fire come forward, but also knowing how to really marry that with the soothing, cooling lunar essence of that feminine wisdom, the feminine in its more water form. It's like the Lilith energy is very much fire energy, and then I'm really feeling almost like that Eve imprint, or that Sophia imprint, as coming from more the water element. And it's this alchemizing of these two, the blending of the two, to be able to say, and this is me too, Pac-Man. I'm both. I'm all of that. I'm in these streets, and I'm also at this place of not being attached to it, not being part of it. Libra's really moved out of the space of being so focused on the other. This is what's really changed as we've been moving through all of these, intense Saturn-Uranus dances, with everything kind of shifting at a moment's notice, having to turn on the drop of a dime, having to reinvent ourselves a million different times, having to rebuild ourselves from the ground up, having to completely revolutionize the way we looked at relationship, what that's about. And Libra's really got the memo. And they made it about investing in themselves. And they hadn't done that. In a long, long time. They hadn't done that, investing in themselves. They had been too focused polishing the mirror. And when I'm saying polishing the mirror, I mean, they've been putting the care and the attention into their reflection, their partner, their person. But ironically, it was like through that. It was through that imbalance of being more invested in others and the care of others than investment in the personal path of growth, focusing on the self, that we ended up kind of pulling a little bit of trickster medicine on us, and it got reflected back to us. Oh, this is how I'm distracting myself from what I really need to dive into. And we went on that high priestess journey. We ate the pomegranate seeds. We went into the underworld to greet Hades willingly, and we danced through it. We didn't fight about it. We didn't complain about it. We didn't cry, bitch and moan about it. We fucking danced through it. We danced through the fire. We danced on the ashes. We laughed through it because we knew in the pit of our souls, we knew it was the seed of our transformation. It was the seed of our liberation from everything that had always held us back, all the deep childhood wounds, all the stuff we had carried forward with us. You know, we did some really intense work, and I'm sure you're feeling it. Like the light is building. We're moving into expansion. We're moving into the bless up of all that we went through. And it's going to be experienced on every level. This is the season of the witch. And even if you're not a witch, I think this is the time that, you know, you're going to be called to really draw on the roots of your own magic. You know, you're really going to be connecting a lot more with ritual. And that applies whatever your spiritual beliefs are, you know. Going to the church and sitting with your rosary and lighting a candle and entering deep prayer, that's a ritual. Going and watching a sunset and giving a flower over to the ocean's waves to have it carry away what you're ready to surrender so it can be blessed up. That's a ritual. Going on a hike, you know, going on a hike and taking your deepest soul question on a hike and requesting guidance along the way and getting to the top and having the answer that you couldn't find before, that you couldn't access before. That's a ritual. And rituals give meaning to our experiences. They're a certain kind of artistic expression almost of our experiences, the stuff that is hard to put into words. And I feel like Libra collective, you need this during this lunar cycle to make this time to engage in your rituals, to engage in what is going to create a respectful honoring of your growth process. And we all know damn well what we've been through over this period of time, doing that real acknowledgement of what you've been through and giving it the respect it deserves, and, you know, lighting that candle, you know, of acknowledging the light that you brought forward out of all the bullshit, man. It's really a beautiful thing. King of Pentacles, front and center, King of Pentacles, you know, you're in that place of stability. You know, you've stepped into this position of authority, you know, and there's also going to be a King of Pentacles that is factoring prominently in this lunar cycle for you. Okay. So let's see what this is about. This seems like it's some kind of proposal coming forward. It feels like a proposal for something to build upon in the future. All right. So this is Earth sign energy. That would be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Okay. Any significant placements when I'm calling out signs in the reading, that can be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. And we're also going to throw in Mercury and Mars just because of all the action going on planetarily right now. This is somebody who has some kind of plan. They have something they want to extend. It's a plan for the future, something that can be built upon. might involve the finances. I think this is going to come in very swiftly and unexpectedly. There's some kind of communication coming in from this person that leads to forward movement. Happens very quickly. You might be surprised when you hear what they bring forward. It does bring a new direction. You know, this is actual movement. This is actual movement. This is looking out on a new horizon. And the plan has been made with the Two of Wands. You know, the new vision has been hatched. There's been dreaming, looking out to the horizon, like, what do I want to call in now? You know, I've done my letting go. I've done my release work. I feel really good and centered in myself. I feel strong. I feel like I'm in that pre-Empress energy. I'm in my Nine of Pentacles. I've found my own self-satisfaction. I'm doing what I love. I'm really loving my work. I'm building for myself. I'm feeling good, right? You're feeling good, Libras. You're feeling good. You know, and if you're not feeling good right now, like, get the fucking memo. Like, get to feeling good. There's good things up ahead, okay? So it's like this energy is shifting. Where you may have been waiting, like, where's my new direction? Where's my new path? It's coming. It's coming in this lunar cycle. You're going to see it come in. It's going to come in swiftly. And it comes in through communication that offers an opportunity. And it could be coming in from this masculine, from this king of Pentacles, earth sign energy, strong earth sign energy. It leads to a new beginning. Okay. So Ace of Cups, you'll probably see the full fruition of this new beginning in the summertime, because this is a summer timing card. Okay. So what comes in now is something it's an invitation. It's up to you if you take the cup. This is where we have free will and how we move through life, right? The invitation comes, the opportunity comes, but it's up to you if you want to take the cup or you're going to receive the cup. We see that it is something that's like blessed. It's blessed by a spirit. And it's something that fulfills, promises to fulfill, and also to, you know, be this source of abundance. It's connected to source. It fills you, and from you, because of your state of fullness, it allows you to also, you know, nurture everything around you. So it's like a beautiful emotional beginning, an emotional opportunity. And this can look many different ways. I see this as an opportunity to build something. That's what I'm really feeling. For a lot of you, this could be business related. And it could be that it's something that involves creativity, and it's some new beginning where there's actual forward motion on a creative project, something you're investing in. This may be a new creative direction you're heading in your career. I feel like you're stepping up to that like big boss energy. I'm really getting the feel of this. Some of you are independently owned and operated, and you're ready to really build something that leaves a mark. You want to use your voice. You know, I'm getting this imagery with the Knight of Wands. It's almost like, I got something to say and I'm going to say it. Some of you are writers. Some of you are public speakers. Some of you are creators. You know, some of you got channels. Some of you are, you know, planning on writing a book, writing a screenplay, doing something along these lines. I see you really getting a lot of inspiration coming in about this. I feel like you're going to be getting the downloads around this. There's something that you want to create. I feel like it has something to do connected with words. Communication, something that involves communication. Could be something you're building online, you know, but there's a real sense of financial solvency in it. I feel like some kind of communication is going to come in. Could be potentially from an investor. Could be somebody that you meet through your work, or somebody that in some way wants to give you like a leg up, an opportunity. There's going to be an opportunity that comes in. Are you going to take it? You know? Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's really interesting. This story that forms here is really, really interesting, because what we see here is that you did pass through a period of disappointment. And I feel like this disappointment in your life could have been related to some kind of interference happening in your life that caused a certain level of heartache. And this can be interference on any level, but it's a third party energy. It's some kind of outside force that came in and brought like thwarting energy onto your path. There was some kind of meddling or interference going on. This could be from a family member. This could be from a friend. This could be within your social circle. It could be, it could be a lover. There could be many different ways that this can manifest. Just think of it like a meddling energy. It could be an addiction. Okay. There's many different ways a third party can manifest, but we see there was a lot of disappointment around this, and you spent a lot of time focused on that. I don't think that you're really focused on the love piece right now. That's what I'm getting really strongly. And it's almost like there's this opportunity behind you. It's like there is love on the periphery here, but I don't think you're really seeing it right now. I think you're more focused on like your business aspirations and some new opportunity that's coming in that you're not going to expect this love offer that's coming in. That's what I'm getting. It's like it's sneaking up behind you, Libra. And for those of you who are already in relationship, already, in marriages, or you've been with the person for years and you're just like, yeah, well, I don't got that going on, take what speaks to you, toss aside the rest. But, you're going to maybe be experiencing a little bit of resurgence in your relationship. Maybe you'll stoke the fires again unexpectedly. There's something brewing, in the love department. I feel like you're distracted. We know there's going to be some kind of new beginning in love. Comes in very swiftly too. And with Knight of Swords on the scene, it could be a declaration of love. And it'll kind of like, whoa, shocks you. You don't expect it. But I do see that, and it looks like it could potentially have ties to a past situation. Okay. 5 of Cups is often lamenting about something about the past. And then we got Judgment here, which can kind of symbolize the dead coming back to life again. We are in, a big retrograde backslide cycle. So there's going to be a lot of this, revisiting the past, looking at things of the past. This can also be, you're so used to things going a certain way in the love department that you're not really even like, you're like, yeah, whatever. I'm not focused on that. I don't want more of that. So there might be this sense of kind of having this piece come in and take you by surprise because you've been focused on work. You've been focused on work. You've been focused on building. And what I feel like is almost maybe work in some cases, if you were having problems in your relationship, or if you experienced some kind of ending, or if you were just going through, the shit, just confronting your feelings about being single. If you were moving single and maybe feeling like, how come I haven't found my person? The thing is that this stuff has been coming up and confronting you, on some level. Libra's been dealing with relationship stuff. It's been a push-pull between, do I go for conventional or do I shake things up and rebel? It's that push-pull, right? Between the Lilith Eve energy, and it's learning how to temper the Lilith Eve energy. There is a balancing point, you can be both, you don't have to be one or the other. You can make it up as you go. Work with that creative flow. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is with this is that you used your work a lot to distract yourself. You kind of put your emotional stuff on pause. And in a way, you kind of had to. You've been doing the work, but at the same time, you found a lot of personal fulfillment in your work. And you found your creativity coming forward. So I feel like this is a shift that Libra's made as they move through the challenging dynamics that have been in play in relationships over these past couple of years. They flipped it up. They switched that energy up, and they decided, okay, let me create for myself. I don't have to just share my creative energy. I don't just have to come from, my sacral chakra, Svadhisthana. I don't just have to come from my chakra and connect sexually. I can also use that same energy center to work creatively, to create in a different way, to create on my own, to be in partnership with my soul, with spirit, with my higher consciousness. Let that funnel through me. And let's build from that place. And so a lot of you found really satisfying work, and it allowed your creativity to really come forward. You felt really inspired by this. And so, yeah, you might be really distracted by that. You're starting to see your ships come in. You know, you've been working really hard to build something for yourself. Some of you, like the last thing on your mind is like focusing on the love piece. And I believe that you're going to be taken by surprise. Something's going to like snap you out of this where you were like, you know what? I'm just over it. I don't want to deal with this shit anymore. I'm not interested. I'm focusing on my work. I'm focusing on the bag. I'm focusing on this stuff coming in. But there is somebody coming in, strong earth sign energy. Again, Knight of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And the thing is, this Knight of Pentacles takes its time. I just heard the Pointer Sisters. I want a lover with a slow hand. I want a lover with an easy touch. I want somebody who will understand, not come and go in a heated rush. Oh, check out that song. I'll have to put it in the comments. This is someone who wants to take their time. They're okay with taking their time. They actually want you to build. They want to see you grow. They want to see you invest in yourself. They like that you're in your strength. That vibes for them. So this is something that's going to come in that's really going to surprise you. And they're not going to take you away from your work. They're not going to try to dissuade you from stepping into your success. This person wants to build too, and they want to build with you. But they're going to be mindful of holding their own peace as you build yours. You know, this is really cool kind of energy. I like this. I like this. And that's the truth, man. All right. There is some very important communication coming in around this, though. You'll probably get an initial taste of this, like a little taste of it in this lunar cycle. This is what I'm picking up. But I feel like as we move more into that holiday season, more into the winter time, this will be, you know, picking up. There'll be something that's really issued forward, some kind of communication that changes things. And I think that's going to work out just fine for you, Libra, because you're in this period of being kind of still in your hermit mode. It's almost like you've been really active through all these retrograde cycles. You haven't really slowed down, and it's just been the nature of what's been required for you to step into the future, to step into this new cycle. So I think you're all right with that. You're digging, spending time on your own, focused on your spirituality. And yeah, you could use a fucking rest, man. Look at this. 10 of Wands. You've been carrying a lot. You've been working really hard. You know, Libras have been working really hard to, you know, step into their future, to get themselves ready to step into their future and what they're building, what they're creating. And it's meant they've had to take on an extra load. Sometimes life's like that, you know. You got to walk a long, hard mile to get where you want to go. But you do it. Why do you do it? People always miss this with this card. This is a lot of fire, okay? And yeah, can it speak to being a little burned out? Yeah. Why? Because you've been burning the candle at both ends. Why? Because you're lit. You're lit about what you're building. You're excited. You want to pour energy into it. And yeah, just remember, you got to rest. You got to rest, you know? Sometimes you got to fight off those, you know, the clients that are wanting to see you, you know, to get demanding about what time they want to see you. And you got to get very, you know, aware of, yeah, it's good. I want to help all of you. Let's get to everybody. But I also need to make sure that I'm blocking out time for myself. I got to block out time on my schedule. And that's really important. You need to really bring your best to the table and the people you're working with and in the work you're doing, is to not take on too much, you know, make sure that you're being balanced, make sure you're blocking out time for rest and relaxation, okay? Because you got a romantic offer coming in. Look at it. It's coming with this Knight of Cups. I'm telling you, this is going to take you by surprise. It's going to be like day and night. It's so swift. It happens before you know it, all right? Got air sign energy, water sign energy on here too, with the earth sign energy. Okay, I don't know. It could be an emperor coming in. If we have like the, fire show up on the board, then I think we definitely could be looking at that. We see that it's justice, okay? It's justice, Libra. You're stepping into your energy. You have found the place of karmic balance through deciding to invest in yourself. You saw very clearly what wasn't serving you in your life. You saw very clearly where you needed to take accountability, where you needed to make changes, and you did it. You moved into this hermit energy. And people will say often that you get forced there. No, you went willingly. This is what you wanted to do. You wanted to focus on your own spirituality. You got presented options. That's what you chose. You chose to focus on yourself. You chose to do the soul work. You chose to nurture your future. And because of that, you got karmic balance, justice. What's going to be happening right now is going to be aligning you. It's going to be aligning you with your future that you've been dreaming of, that place where you do feel very fulfilled, where you see the result of everything you've invested, where you feel in your element, where you're doing your thing, you're feeling good, living life. It doesn't mean there's never going to be a rough patch, but that's okay. That's part of life. It's part of life. Life will never be perfect, but you're stepping into a really prosperous, positive cycle. And it looks like love is picking up. The thing is that you have to be very aware. You have to be very aware. All right. And we got fire coming in right behind this. Okay. We got the devil here. All right. With the 2 of Cups. So it's important that you understand that some ties are ties that bind. All right. I think that because of all this like heavy energy you've had to move through in healing, you really spent some time. You did that deep dive like Persephone. You went down, you hung out with Hades, you hung out with Hades. You spent a lot of time there. Some of you have been doing a lot of healing work around love relationships, around unhealthy patterns in love relationships, and just your history in your love relationships, how love has been for you, times that you lost your power, times that you, gave that away. I think you've been doing a lot of work around releasing attachment, releasing your ideas about what that has to look like. I think you're entering a more creative space in terms of how you view relationship. You're more open-minded. You're looking for something that's really about growth. There's this piece where it's got to be about transforming the energy, not wanting to stay in this place. But I think you really went down into, the depths of looking at all the shadow stuff as it relates to love. Yeah, I mean, we do got some interesting, pieces coming in association with it. So I just want to continue to journey on this level. It's very interesting what's coming through here in this read. So we got the Page of Wands, okay, to the Queen of Wands. That's fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay, to the Lovers, to the 5 of Wands, okay, to the King of Cups. Now, what I'm really seeing here is that there is a connection that's coming in. Now we got an initiation of action. All right. We see first comes the communication with this Ace of Swords. We do see that there is an emotional offer with the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Now we got a Page of Wands coming in. All right. Which is an initiation of action. It's actually like, okay, action time. Fire is about action. All right. We do see there's an action that's going to be taken here by some Page of Wands energy. Could have water signs strongly aspected in their chart. It's going to rile up something with a Queen of Wands. Okay, this is what I'm getting. This is what I'm getting. All right, be on the lookout for this. I think you're going to have a test, Libra. I think there's a test coming forward for you. There's going to be, this is what I'm getting. It's not here yet, but it's what I'm getting. It's funny. I'm looking, just looked over. I got the High Priestess staring up at me. All right. It's like, did you learn the lesson? High Priestess staring up at me. All right. Look at that. So that, you know, I know it's associated with Pisces, but this is such a Libran card as well. The black, the white, the devil's advocate. You got, you know, God on the other side, and this figure sitting in the center is so Libran, man. That's very Libran energy too, if you ask me. But this is like, somebody's going to come forward, somebody that really lights your fire. I think it's somebody that you're passionate about. Okay. It's going to stir up the passions. This might also be somebody that you have really kind of lively banter with. The communication piece is really strong. The intellect is super strong, especially if they have that air sign energy in their chart in a prominent place, you know, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is somebody that, like, they stimulate your mind. That's always, you know, that's always danger zone for Libras. But we see there's a passionate connection. Now, I mean, I also consider coming in the devil with the 5 of Wands. I mean, this is real, like, intense sexual connection. Okay. I think it makes you feel in your mojo. You know, I think it makes you feel in your mojo, like it gets the kitty cat purring. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit of that old black magic with that black cat down there, you know. But, you know, this is about exercising wisdom. I think there's going to be a lot to balance out. It could be a connection like this is coming back around, and that's why there's the need to take things real slow. That's why there's the need to take things real slow, because there's been unhealthy patterns in the past. Can you transform a connection? That's up to you to decide. Only you can decide, okay? But I feel like this is coming in, and it looks like wish fulfillment. All right? It looks like, oh my God, are you fucking for real right now? It looks like wish fulfillment. And I was just about to say, the important piece with wish fulfillment is be careful what you wish for, right? Because you just might get it, which was the theme of the collective read. All right. We see there is wish fulfillment on the table, but wish fulfillment, it all depends on where are you making that wish from? Are you making the wish from that Empress energy you're stepping into, or are you making it from the place of the old you, your old understanding? This is about you exercising the wisdom of all you learned. And look, you know, there's the pomegranate. There's the pomegranate behind the High Priestess. It's like that Persephone's journey. You did this. You integrated your shadow. You've looked at this, okay? And now it's about doing that work that Jung described of taking the unconscious and making it conscious, taking the subconscious material and bringing it to the surface, exposing it to the light so that you can inform your choices from that place, and you can move in such a way that is truly in alignment with the wisdom that you've gained from the lessons you've learned, with your soul, with your spirit, with your heart, with what is really calling you forward now. All right. And with that, you know, we got the King of Cups coming in with the Lovers. So we see maybe this wand energy, maybe it's transformed, maybe it's up leveled. We see the energy went all the way, right, from that Knight of Cups to the King of Cups. Right? This is a masculine that's been able to step into their emotional ability to give and receive love, to express themselves emotionally. So maybe this is something that started out as just a very sexual connection. Maybe you'll think that that's all it's about when this person comes around. Maybe that's why you'll be like, you know, we can talk, but I'm focused on what I'm building. You know, I'm focused on what I can build for myself. I do feel like you're going to stay in that Queen of Wands energy. You could have fire signs strongly aspected in your chart somewhere, you know, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But I feel like you're going to stay in that Queen of Wands energy. You're going to stay in this independent energy. It's going to take time. It's going to take time in this situation, but you know, we see that this is an important connection with the Lovers. Very important connection with the Lovers. And I feel like this is, again, it's like that temperance angel coming in, you know, watching over this. Can you balance it out? Can you balance out this energy? Can you transform, you know, can you transform what was the devil, what was a source of being bound, you know, to move into that place of fulfillment? And we have the Magician, and right behind that, Death, and right behind that, the Hierophant. After death comes rebirth. So this is all about you being at the crossroads, Libra. And you've been trying to decide between this way or that way. But it's time to really sink into your energy, because there's a third way. There's the middle way. There's a third road there. And it springs from inside of you. And you need to dive into that quiet place in yourself. Give yourself time to engage in your rituals, to self-reflect, to just listen. More quiet spaces to receive. Spend time in nature. Listen. Just listen to the wind. Listen to the guidance that comes through. There is something you need to release. You need to release something. You need to transform something in order to step into this new beginning and take up that action that is required with this Page of Wands that comes in. You know, it's like an action is going to be presented. It's action time. Are you going to take the wand? In order to do that, there's something that you need to transform. We see that clearly. And we also see that, yes, you can alchemize this. What was dead can be brought back to life. You can transform what was unhealed. You can. And for some of you, that may mean you choose to walk away. Okay? And for others of you, it's walking away from what was in the past, the unhealthy patterns in the past, and starting brand new from a new place, from a new perspective, because both have done their growth. You know, it could really shake out either way. Let's do a cut of the deck energy on this. See you focusing on your work. You're not focused on emotions right now. Okay? I'm telling you, this is going to be a slow builder. It's going to be a slow builder, right? We got the Queen of Cups in reverse. You're like, nope, I'm not interested in focusing on this right now. I'm building for myself. And I think it's actually a good place for you to stay. I do, Libra. I feel like it's a good place for you to stay. Yeah, I think that you don't trust this offer when you get news of this offer. Look at this. But we know it's for real. This offer that comes in is for real. Look at this. Okay? Because now we got the Page of Pentacles. It comes in very small offer, very unassuming at first. An offer comes in, right? And then, you know, the offer gets some legs. Like, okay, now he's showing up as a knight. He's like, well, let me level it up for you a little bit, Libras. How's this? Does this work? And you're like, I don't know. I'm still building for myself, and I don't know. Situations have been really toxic. There's been a lot of fuck shit. There's been a lot of drama. I don't know if I really want to deal with that. And then we see that then it comes for it again, it's like King of Wands here, King of Cups here, you know, King of Pentacles. Is we had the Wand show up. We have the swords have shown up too. You know, we have Knight of Swords. We now have Page of Swords over here. We got all the elements. This is somebody that's stepping into their Emperor energy. They are for real. They're going to do the work. We see the progression of the energy. This is the manifestation point. You know, when you're looking at Pentacles, you're looking at, it's actually in front of your face. It's like, this is going down. Okay. This is going down. And it progresses all the way from the Page to the Knight to the King. But we also see all the other elementals are on the board. We had the King of Cups show up. Okay. This person is ready emotionally. They are with the King of Cups energy there. They might need to work on their communication a little bit, you know. We've had the Knight of Swords come in. We got the Page of Swords. You know, Page of Swords, I think there's a lot that they're hiding, you know. They're not talking about what they're feeling. The communication's a little blocked. That energy still needs to progress. And it's funny because it's like the communication is what actually would start things in motion in this situation. But we see it's going to be taken. It's going to happen. I think, like I said, when they finally do talk, it's going to come in. It's going to surprise you. It's going to shock you. Because they've been keeping it on the download for a while. They've been keeping it on the download. Look, yeah. And what does it bring? It brings happiness. Okay. Brings happiness. This looks really good to me, Libras. I mean, this is a good situation. I do want to get kind of just like a theme card for our year. I'm going to leave that off for this lunar cycle. It looks like there's some interesting things developing in the relationship department. It's almost like you wanted it to start out focused on the business stuff. And it's like, yeah. You know, ships are coming in. That looks good. King of Pentacles energy. Then I said, but let's talk about the love. I know you don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about that. So, you know, that's the thing with you coming in reverse like this, Libra. This is the thing. You need to start working on like softening your heart a bit, opening your heart, like, you know, be willing to, you know, receive a little bit. Don't get so locked into your sense of doing all the time. I know that makes you feel like you got a grasp on things, like you got some kind of control, you know, when you're in your business flow, when you're taking care of that stuff, when you're in your boss up energy. But it's like, you got to remember to let go. So that's your work with this lunar cycle. It's really focusing on just releasing everything. You know what I'm saying? Just releasing. Let yourself rest a bit. Let yourself just have some fun, have some pleasure, soften a little bit, you know, be willing to let some love in, you know, giving and receiving. You want to really be in that flow of giving and receiving. I think you'll be surprised by what shows up. All right. So take your time with it. Take your time with it. We're going to pull out a few cards just to get an overall theme for our solar return. What's coming in for Libras? What's our theme for Libra Native Suns? Okay, this is specifically, this portion is for Libra Native Suns. Those of you who have other placements, I don't know, you might see a little bit of a theme of it running through your life in the area where you have Libra in your chart. But we're really doing this as a special solar return treat for Libra Native Suns. We're going to just see what's coming in for you all as an overall theme with this next year. All right, we'll see how many cards want to pop out here. I'm using the Arcane Bullshit deck. I wanted to bring in a little irreverence. We already got some things coming in. We got two, okay? So the first one we got, oh, no, we got three. Oh. Oh my God. 44 on the clock when I said that. Wait until you see this shit. Oh Oh my God. Okay. We have the inverted squirrel. All right. So what I'm getting from this is squirrel medicine is all about squirreling away, really saving the money, trying to make sure you got security to like get through the lean times, really having to be worried about every little penny, and penny pinching. It's that kind of energy. But to have this energy inverted, it's the opposite. I feel like you're moving out of this time where you had to really just sort of skimp and save and do a lot of like refraining from spending your money because you've been in the process of really building something, and that's required an investment, which means that some of the other things, like some of the just pure pleasures kind of had to be like kind of put on the back burner. They weren't the priority. And in some cases, you all have been dealing with like financial hits. Some of you went through a big loss with everything that happened with the past couple of years when, everybody was kind of like forced to figure out a new way to work. And you've been rebuilding yourself during this time. So you haven't been in this place where you've been able to do anything like pleasure trips or buying yourself some new clothes or, just kind of treating yourself. And I feel like you're going to get to do that. You're going to get to treat yourself this birthday season. And I feel like in general, there's this up leveling in your finances. You're finally going to be stepping into that place of that Nine of Pentacles energy, where it's really about you've built a solid foundation for yourself, and there's growth there. We see that. And the Pentacles did come as a theme of really showing this progression of growth. So I think this is going to be one of the best things coming forward for you this year is where you invested in yourself and what you wanted to create for yourself. It's going to continually level up, and you're moving out of this energy. It's like so dirty. And then the next thing we got here is we have wet pants with the pupa vomiting on cats. And I got a really interesting message for this. Okay. So the day of having to deal with, people who have multiple partners or don't want to get serious about you or just are only interested in one thing, just want to keep everything on the surface. Those days are done. Like the next person that's coming in, yeah, you're going to connect with them sexually, obviously. You got wet pants, okay? This is giving me vibes of like, when you were like a teenager and you'd like have the make out sessions in the car and you get all turned on. It's like that kind of energy. It's that I think you're gonna, connect with somebody who really turns you on. But because these, on cats, it's plural, because this is turned over, because it came in reverse, this isn't somebody who's gonna want to connect on that level. They're not gonna want to, be getting down with just anybody. They're gonna be into you. Their focus is going to be on only you. So, and again, third party energy, look at it however you want, but there is this message of not dealing with this like fuck boy, fuck girl energy. Somebody that you can really connect with sexually, they turn you on. And you don't have to worry about there being this kind of third party element because this person's really into you. This is what I'm picking up. Cut the deck energy. Yeah, no more floppy keys. All right. You want a really sexually satisfying connection. You want somebody that you can really connect with and, knows how to get down with you in the bedroom, that you're in sync, that your appetites are in sync. And I think you're really going to find that, this energy is turning around for you. Because you got Papa Macho coming in. Look at that. He'll take the bull by the horns. He can take a licking and keep on ticking. Oh my God. It's like, I'm feeling it like this is like a, I know there's many ways you could look at that, but to me, this looks like a crystal palace. It looks like a quartz point. I feel like this is going to be a healing connection. Like it's going to have all of that, it's going to have all that fire. And this is somebody who's also been, hurt themselves. They've been hurt themselves. This person might kind of come off like tough, they might be like a little bit of a tough exterior, but when you break through that, you learn that they've been through their own tough times. They've been hurt too. They might be a little, have some defenses up. They might be, kind of have that sword handy on the back just in case, just in case they have to whip out and use it. But I think they're strong, they've been through a lot, and they allowed the things that hurt them to carry them forward in a new way. They didn't get stuck by it. They strengthened themselves by it. They dealt with their shit. They took the bull by the horns. Might have Taurus placement in their chart, strong Taurus placement. I mean, we have, earth sign energy came through really strong. And we do see a bull here. Okay. So Taurus energy might be front and center there. But we do see it's like, it's passionate. It's intense, but this person's, they've been through their own wounding. They've done their work. They got strengthened by it. All right. They didn't take it laying down. They used it as their chariot to carry them forward. And I think this connection is going to be really healing. I think it's going to change so much for you, And oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. It's like this energy here of a raptor riding a dolphin in space. Like it's going to be out of this world. And I also see this as like temperance energy. I know this is 51:51 on the clock when I said that. I know this sounds strange, but this theme of land and earth has been like land and earth and water, this duality, the in-between place, the liminal space, has been coming in really strong. We got this like raptor energy that's like land energy, and we have the dolphin that's all about the earth energy. And so I feel like there's been this balancing of energies. You found the middle through doing your own work, and this brings this healing in this relationship. And I think this sexuality will be healing too. This could speak of that connection, that sexual connection you're going to share with this person being like kind of like a tantra level connection. Dolphins all about working with the breath, and you do a lot of that in tantra, and it is alchemy. So I think you're going to have some out of this world experiences with this person. It's going to take it to a whole other level. You're definitely not dealing with anything that's like, low level shit anymore. I mean, we definitely had the high priestess and the magician come in together. This is somebody who's like, they're into that out there shit too. They're on their path of growth, and there's somebody you can actually grow with spiritually. There's somebody that will catapult you on your path to a whole new dimension of expansion. So it's actually a really, really cool read coming through. Very, very cool. I'm excited to see this play out, Yeah. Horse death here, No more spoons. I don't have enough spoons. Everybody's got to do their own healing. We got to let die what needs to die. Here's the earth and the water again. We got the penguin, the penguins, they dive into the water, and then we got the horse here. It's kind of like this piece of, finding this balancing point, working with that temperance energy, having a foot in both worlds. And, with horses, horses are also about power. Okay. They're about power. So I'm almost seeing this of a piece of like death with like the power struggles, where it's about, the push-pull dynamics, the runner-chaser dynamics, like all that shit. We don't have time for that shit. It's time for us to be able to move beyond that, and to be able to dive into the water too, to be able to dive into the emotional realm and open up on a heart level and experience the expansion that has to offer, so we can really grow in a relationship. Yeah. we're turning around these dynamics. We're not moving forward like that anymore. This is a transformation of a pit bull driving a tiny truck. You know, it's like getting out of that ego, getting out of the need to posture, you know. Connections are going to a more deep level. That's what's really coming in for us. That's our theme. It's moving out of like the tough energy, moving out of the need to be so defensive, moving more into the softness, more moving into the emotional, allowing ourselves to receive, not feeling so guarded, you know, not feeling so like Queen of Swords, like off with your head kind of energy. It's definitely about moving into this space that really allows our blessings to come in. Because we're going for it, man. We're going to reach for that anthropomorphic carrot, right? And it comes through cutting off what doesn't serve us. Cut off what doesn't serve us, we'll get that carrot. We get the reward, right? That's what's up top.